What is shaking? Happy Friday to you, and welcome to the Tom Tolbert Show. Today, we're going to start off with a cellar maker, not just a Mountain Nelson, super Mountain Nelson. Remember when Wile E. Coyote used to do that? Wile E. Coyote, super genius. This thing's nice. This thing's a pale ale, runs about 5.7. Very, very tasty. So we got Mike out here ready for the show. We got our beer sign whenever we need to take a beer break. Hope you guys are enjoying. I tried to make it late enough. Most of you guys are off work. For those of you that have jobs, if you don't care when we do the show on Friday. You're ready to drink. Could be 11 a.m. Could be busting one open. Like I don't judge. You do it, get you through the day. We're all good to go. But I wanted to wait. It's a beautiful day here in the Meta, in Sweet Home Alameda, as I believe the band Alameda sang about one time. Sweet Home Alameda. So it's like low 70s. Great day to do the show out back. No, that's not a pizza box. I showed you this before. Let's go. It's a Christmas box. Don't ask what it's still doing in the you don't want to know. My garage is just an absolute disaster area. I tell everybody it looks like Joplin, Missouri after that tornado rolled through it. That's what the garage looks like, except where they have the excuse of a tornado rolling through their town and the devastation that comes along with it. I have no such excuse except for just apathy and stuff that just builds up. And then after a while, you look at your garage, you're just like, that's a lot of work. That is a lot of work. And then it just continues and perpetuates, and it's a lot of work, and it's a lot of work. And then I should have that hoarder show come over, except it'd be too embarrassing. We're here with Tom Tolbert in his garage. The hoarders would kill. You kidding me? I'd find like 20 little cans of WD-40. I'd be like, oh, that's what the WD-40 is. Are you kidding me? Look at all this good stuff we have in our garage. I probably have some greats. I have a little grill you can bring, like if you're a camper, take that out there, a little Coleman grill that I don't use. See, what happens is we went camping like once, maybe twice, and said, oh, let's get the little portable grill. This thing will be sweet. Then you never go camping again. And you're like, well, what am I going to do with this portable grill? Well, I don't know. We could take it out back and use it. I got a grill in the back. I got a barbecue in the back. I'm good there. I don't need one of those. So just so many things that I just don't. But every once in a while, you'll find something you don't expect to use and you use again. Like now that we're doing the show, the canopy's perfect. We put the canopy over there so Ray Ratto doesn't look like a vampire that just hit sunlight. And keep him nice and cool. And then we thought, well, we'll just do that for all the guests. Why wouldn't we? Get him over there. That's the part of the house I like doing the show in when we're doing the show with guests. I could do it over here with the guests, but I kind of like the foliage in the background. I like that part of the backyard. It's just got a lot of foliage, a lot of greenery and stuff, and I just like being in that part of the backyard. But this part suits the purposes because it's easier to hook up for me. And I don't know what I'm doing most of the time, but I can see where things are plugged in. It's not that hard for me to say plug in there, take it outside, plug it right back in the same slot. We're good to go. And we just move on and we do the show out here. So anyway, we got some we'll get into some sports stuff today. Take some comments as always. We'll try to throw some in there here and there, and then toward the end. But whenever they throw them up there, I'll read them a little bit, and then if it's worthy of discussion, or I feel like it's going to add to the conversation, we'll go ahead and throw it in there. Let's start with hoops, as we have one team, the OKC Thunder, that are in the finals. And game 6 tomorrow night. No basketball tonight. That blows. No hockey either. The finals already set in that one, Panthers Oilers, and now we get the Thunder and Knicks or Pacers. Told you guys before the series started, I wanted to be the Pacers because I think Pacers and Thunder would be the most fun series to watch. Knicks aren't bad. I mean, they're not entertaining. They're just not as entertaining to me as the Pacers are. So, I'd like to see the Pacers win tomorrow night. And I still can't wrap my arms around rooting. If it's New York, I can't root for it. It's just, I grew up hating the Yankees, Giants, New York Giants, Jets, kind of irrelevant. Mets, whatever. Don't care about the Mets. I guess the Rangers and Islanders I don't care that much about. It's not that big a deal, but mostly it's the Yankees, and it just kind of bleeds over into everything. So yeah, I can't root for the Knicks. I don't despise them like I do the Yankees. I find it interesting today that now everyone who was loving Tyrese Halliburton after game 5 is killing Tyrese Halliburton after game 6 because he didn't shoot the ball. He was passive. The Knicks kind of took him out of it. And he was a little passive. But does anybody watch the Pacers? Or did just watch them recently? That Tyrese Halliburton is not Jalen Brunson. Okay? Jalen Brunson is going to get up his 18, 19, 20, 25. Against the Pistons this year, he had 33 shots in a playoff game. That's what he does. He shoots. He is a scorer. He is a ball-dominant scorer. High pick and roll, let Jalen Brunson work. He's not the old school, get everybody involved. And I'm not saying one's better than the other. I'm just saying that's who he is. Tyrese Halliburton is that guy. Tyrese Halliburton is the guy that's getting everybody involved, that wants to have 12, 13, 14 assists. It's going to pass. So he's not always going to get 17, 18 shots in a game. It's not how he's built, not who he is. And he just got into the kind of the passive mode a little bit, maybe a little too much in the last game. I think he was 2 for 7, probably wasn't feeling it, and tried to get him going, and the offense suffered. Now, I expect he's going to be a lot more aggressive tomorrow night, because you don't want to go back and try to win a game 7 in New York, although I think they could. You'd like to take care of it at home, and I think he's going to be a lot more aggressive, but they need to get out in the open court. They just couldn't do it. They're taking the ball out of the hoop. New York's defense was good, picked him up. I mean, you had Shamet out there, you had Wright out there, you had Hart out there. I mean, all these guys are picking him up and making him work, and he's going to do the same thing, but they'll figure that out. This is one thing I tell people when you're following a playoff series: never think the next game is going to be like the last game just because it was. And there are little adjustments teams make. There are even bigger adjustments that players make sometimes, and just their attitude and how they go about their business. So game could be completely different. Pacers could hit their first 3 or 4 threes. All of a sudden it's 17 to 6 Pacers. New York's not on fire, but the Pacers are, and they're rolling. The crowd's going crazy, and John Mellencamp is going crazy, and Pat McAfee is going crazy, and then John Mellencamp is going crazy because McAfee is doing stuff. And I mean, look, it could be a completely different game than game 5, but I do expect Tyrese Halliburton to be a little more aggressive. But the Knicks defense was really, really good. Give them credit. It's not always about one team if they're not playing well. It's about what the other team's doing to that team and how they're doing it as well. So I expect a really good game tomorrow night. Again, I would like to see the Pacers win, just because I want to see the Pacers and the Thunder get after it. I mean, I like how they've constructed the Knicks. I'm a huge Josh Hart fan. He's one of my favorite players in the league. I love the way that guy plays. And Bridges has been really good defensively. Like I like the way they put the team together. I have no problem like with them as players. Just like I have no problem with a lot of the Dodgers as players. Still can't stand them. Still want to see them lose just because they're wearing the Knick uniforms. Like, I hope you lose. And I'm tired. That's it. Let's go with the Pacers. It has nothing to do with upsetting the network. That they're going to be like, oh, Pacers. Oh no, Thunder. What kind of ratings is that going to get? What's up, buddy? Look who's joined the show. You want to say hi to everybody? You don't got to stay long. Say hi to everybody. Say what's up. Say I wasn't feeling good last night, and now I'm feeling better, and I'm gonna go back to my mama. Can you tell? You know where Kai's going? Wimbledon. You go to Wimbledon. He's wearing his all whites. He's like good to go. Huh? You're like Michael Chang, but you're not really Michael Chang. But that's the closest I come up with. Sorry. Hope you're not offended, Kai. Kai says you're good. You're good, Grandpa. You're good. I get where you're going with that. Let's keep moving. Don't linger too long on that one. Hey, buddy. Yeah, he wasn't feeling all that. He wasn't feeling all that great last night. So he's feeling better. He's feeling better now. But look, the NBA's already got their money. They already signed a $77 billion deal over 11 years, something like that. So somebody said, "Where'd I steal that baby?" But I don't. Yeah, that'd be a neat trick, wouldn't it? I stole a baby just sitting down here. I just been sitting down talking to you guys, and all of a sudden, yeah, I have a little trap door behind me in this piece of wood. It's like a doggy door, and I keep little toys on my side of the fence, and I get these kids, these little vagrant kids that just come crawling up to my fence and end up in my yard. It's like chitty chitty bang bang, and I just got them and I put them in the back of the truck and I make them, turn them into slaves and make them bring my beer to me. I never even use the remote on my TV. I teach them how to do it. Like ESPN slave. Thank you. I appreciate it. Now that is our youngest grandbaby. Camila's gone right now. She's over with the other grandparents out in Patterson, hanging out. So she won't be around today. So like the NBA has their money. They have their money. So who do they care who's in the finals? Like, and I don't care. I've never cared about what city is in the finals. There are those that are out there that drive me nuts, that they're not real basketball fans or sports fans. They got to have the big players. They got to have the big markets. Give me LA, give me New York, give me Chicago, give me the stars. I just want good basketball. I want good basketball is what I want. So I think this, depending on what kind of basketball you like, to me, this is fun basketball and would be a really fun up and down series. And the only question marks I ever had about OKC was their experience. And I think they've overcome that now. Like they're going to play a team in the finals that doesn't have a lot of experience in the finals either. And OKC, I hope people realize now, I was telling them all year how good that team was. I would have thought their record would have indicated as much. Apparently it didn't. Apparently their record and their record scoring margin in an NBA season didn't resonate with people. I think their scoring margin is like a plus 12-7, something like that, which is insane. That team is so good defensively, so deep. Again, they have so many guys that just come in waves, right? I mean, you got Shea, and Shea's the MVP. And enough of the free throw merchant crap. You don't like it, don't watch it. He's taking advantage of the rules. Do I like it? I don't love it, but he's not going to the free throw line 12, 13 times again. Like, this isn't James Harden with the Rockets, okay? Where he would just run into people, throw his arms into people, and not even have a chance of scoring a bucket. This ain't that. Do I like free throws? Not really. I always like watching games that are very low free throw attempts. But that's not all he does. He may be the best mid-range player in the game. The way he weaves and snakes through traffic and then gets up that shot. He's a capable three-point shooter, but like, he's your guy. He's your guy, your go-to guy. You need something, you go to him. But then you have Dort, and you have Caruso, and you have Wallace, and you have Williams, and you have Wiggins, and you have Holmgren, and I'm probably even forgetting a player, maybe even two. Like they just keep coming. It's the best. I don't even know how to phrase this properly. Like when I say Andre Iguodala has the best hands I've ever seen. Chris Mullin had great hands. This is the best collection of hands I've ever seen on one team. You put the ball down or you expose it, someone's getting it. Like these guys are just like a bunch of vipers in there. Like somebody's getting that ball. It's like strip, wipe, swoop, and then somebody's getting it. And then on top of that, you got rim protection in Holmgren. And you got Hartenstein, who is a rebounder, screen setter, roller, defensive big body, can run the court, hits the offensive glass. Like Sam Presti, it was such a great offseason. And Sam Presti's been doing this a long time now. But to go out and get Hartenstein or Hartenstein, I never know. Stein or Steen? Stein? I don't know. I looked it up. I think it has something to do with Poland, somewhere or another. Like it's just like I think it was the Polish Jews said it one way and the German Jew. I don't know. I just I have no idea. It'd be great if it was all one, but hey, what are you gonna do? You can't tell them. Hey, can you make it easy on me? That'd be really nice of you, just so I know. Because you figure you get a 50-50 coin flip, right? Steen. Oh, Hardenstein. No, Steen. Oh, son of a bitch. 50-50. How did I miss it? So I mean, they're really good and they're really young. Now, everybody always, they're going to be around for years. You don't know that. You don't know that. You don't know who's going to have to leave. You don't know what the salary is going to look like. You don't know what health is going to look like. There's so many factors, and they haven't won one yet. But even if they do win this year, it doesn't mean they're going to just reel off like a bunch. There's a possibility they might reel off a bunch. Like the ingredients are there, but there's so many things that go into winning a championship. And like I don't know what Williams is going to do when his contract's up, because Shea's your guy and Holmgren's probably your number two. Can you afford to give Williams a max? I think he was third team All Pro this year, which means he could be in line for a max contract. Is he a max player? You're going to have to decide that. To me, he isn't. Nowhere near it. Shea is. Holmgren probably close because offense and defense. Williams, I love Williams, but if you're going to pay him $60 million a year, you're starting to get into quarterback territory where you got to pay these quarterbacks a ton of money and maybe they're not that good, but they're okay. And you're just like, well, damn. But thing is, that team, the Thunder, is so deep and have so many like players. I mean, they could probably fill that hole, and they draft so well too. I think they got a kid named Nikola Topic. He didn't even play this year. He's like the 12th overall pick. And I don't know if he's going to, I think he's a point guard, like a big point guard type guy. And they got tons of draft picks. They can get creative. I mean, they got so many picks. They can get creative with a lot of different things there. And it's scary if you're the rest of the league, because you're not leaving it up to some rube to formulate a plan. You're leaving it up to Sam Presti to formulate a plan. And Sam Presti's really, really good at what he does. And so but I mean, look, I think the Pacers are going to be around for a while too. I mean, Halliburton's a stud. That was a great trade, the Siakam trade. And they got a bunch of guys that just get out there and get after it. Like Obi Toppin seems to be a lot better there than he was in New York. I like Neesmith a lot. I think he can play. McConnell is just a fantastic backup point guard. Nemhard is really good. Like they have a good team, and they're built well as well. Oh, we're throwing up live Giant scores now, huh? There you go. Giants 1-0. Wilmer RBI single. I'm gonna get to the Giants in a second. But so we'll see tomorrow night, and then next week we'll talk a little bit about it. Plan is next week, hopefully JT Snow at one point, and maybe Matt Mayoko, possibly. So we'll see what's happening. We got some animal movement over there. I'm not really sure. So yeah, we'll have that for you. And again, so tomorrow night, here's what the two things I said going into each respective conference finals would be the keys. OKC and Minnesota would be Minnesota not turning the ball over. They did. I'm not sure if they would have won if they didn't, but you can't turn the ball against You just can't turn it over against OKC. They'll crush you. And against the Pacers, it was going to be pace. Like, what was the pace going to be like in that series? And so far, I think it's kind of been a little back and forth, but mostly in the Pacers' favor. It'll be a key tomorrow night. You got to get stops. You got to get stops to get the pace going. You can't get the pace going out of the net. It didn't work that way. You have to get stops, and then you can run, and then you can go, and then Halliburton's activated, and the crowd is energized, and they're into it. So I think I'm looking forward to it. They've been a fun playoffs. They've been some fun, like not the biggest, the Lakers were out early, the Warriors were out early, and those are two marquee teams. In the East, Celtics were out. Tatum gets hurt. Cavs were out. I wouldn't call the Cavs a marquee team, but I liked watching them play this year too. So there was some good basketball, some fun games, and I'm hoping that it's the oh, there she is. I knew it. I knew there was something running around, like as a little shadow in the background. There was somebody running around back there, and I was like, "Where is she?" And I couldn't see her, and she just ran and jumped up behind me. Huh? What are you doing? You having a good day out here? Huh? Nice and warm? Mwah. There you go. Go do your thing. Go do your thing, Bun. She goes, I'm just gonna chill. I'm gonna sit up here and chill with you. And she goes, I got nothing better going on. I'm just doing my thing. As long as she's not too destructive, running around out here and digging holes. Stanley Cup Finals set. Panthers and Oilers repeated last year's finals that the Panthers won in 7. Looking forward to that. Look, I love watching hockey. I love watching playoff hockey. I watched all the games of the conference finals. And Florida's just, the same team they were last year. They're just really good. They're dirty. They're not dirty as in they're dirty. They do dirty things. They're just dirty and grimy and physical. And when they get that forecheck cranked up, and they're tough to beat. It's tough to get out of your own damn zone when they got that thing cranked up. Carolina actually looked like they could hang with them the last 2 games, like they belonged. First 3 games, they didn't even look like they belonged. I was like, these guys are in the conference finals. And again, I didn't watch much during the regular season. But Florida just was rolling them. Ale Smith IPA, very nice. So I'm looking forward to that. And the Oilers power play has been rolling 6 for its last 16. Like, look, the Oilers are going to have the 2 best players on the ice in Draisaitl and McDavid. And Skinner's been playing really well, although Skinner's had some weird games where he's giving up 5 goals, 4 goals, 3 goals, and then he has games where it's like shutout, 1 goal. So, yeah, that's obviously going to be a key. I think the power play is going to be a key. Can Florida stay out of the box? If Florida stays out of the box 5-on-5, I like their chances. But if Edmonton can get to the power play and then do their thing, I mean, it's just such a tough power play to stop. I mean, obviously McDavid's out there, and he's a one-man entry, more so than anybody in hockey. If you watch hockey enough, you've seen the power play. Some teams just have a hard time getting into the offensive zone on a power play. It's like they can't even get it set up. Connor McDavid's a one-man entry. Just you watch him skate, it's just like it's unlike anything. I mean, the guy just flies. He just glides. It's effortless. So, and then once they get it set up, right, you got him and Draisaitl and then Nugent Hopkins. I mean, they just got a really, really, really good power play. So I know Hyman's out. Zach Hyman's out for the remainder of the playoffs. I'm not sure what it was. They just said, I think they said upper body. I'm surprised it was just upper body, though, being that he had surgery and he's out for the remainder of the playoffs. But no, I'm looking forward to that. That's one of my favorite times of year. This time of year, weather's good. I got baseball on, and then you got the Stanley Cup playoffs, and you got the NBA playoffs, and there've been some good games. I mean, the drama hasn't been there in the Stanley Cup playoffs just because it was 4-1. But I think this is going to be a really, really fun matchup. So I'm looking forward to this. And what is it? Canada's looking for their first cup in how many years? like 30 years, something like that, which is crazy to think about. I think that's what it is. I guarantee you someone's going to pop up on the screen here in a second. Go, and that time it was like 3 years ago. I don't think it was three. I don't think it was 3 years ago. Pretty sure it wasn't 3 years ago. So yeah, we'll be talking about that. Drew Mendes said he'd come on maybe when the during the draft. Come on down here, do the show from the backyard, and we'll talk some hockey and where the Sharks are going. Kind of recap the season, and I always like talking hockey, and we get great stories out of Drew as well. All right, let's get to the Giants. We're up 1-0 as we speak. What are they? 6 games over 500 right now. Still same issues, right? They don't hit. They just do not hit. You got Ramos, you got Jung Hoo Lee. That's about it. And Yastrzemski, though I don't think Yastrzemski's rolling quite as good as he was early on in the season. But Chapman's doing what Chapman does. OPS around mid 700s. On pace to have 26, 27 home runs. Great glove. Like that's kind of who he is. But what everybody wants to talk about is Willy Adames. Like, was it a failure to sign Willy Adames? Was it a mistake to sign Willy Adames? Did they give him too much money? And I'm thinking, fuck, they like 56 games or 55 games. Whatever. It's like barely a third of the season has gone by. But he's realized he's signed for, what was it, 7 years? There actually people that think this could be, like, based on 55 games, this could be a mistake. I mean, please. Like, give the guy a couple years. Even if you have a down first year, it's a long-term contract. I hope everybody notices or realizes this. I mean, the Giants got off to a great start, floundered a little bit, got swept in Detroit. They're the best team in baseball, not the Dodgers by record. And I still guarantee you, if I go to the book right now, I'm not going to see the Tigers over the Dodgers in terms of odds to win the World Series. In fact, Tigers are probably... Who would I put in front of the Tigers right now in terms of odds? Dodgers? Phillies? Maybe Mets and Braves. That's going to be close. Yankees will be ahead of them. And nobody in the West. I don't think anybody in the Central. Maybe the Cubs, possibly. I would say the Tigers right now are no better than 6th in terms of odds to win the World Series, even though they have the best record in baseball, the best pitcher in baseball. Skubal is just, that guy's insane. A couple nights ago, what was it, a 99 mile an hour fastball in the 9th inning? I forget what it was, but that guy's a stud, absolute stud. And so they got some first rounders that are finally hitting and doing some things there. So it's good to have the old English D back in Major League Baseball. And Colorado's going to win 30 games this year, aren't they? I think they are. I don't think they're not on pace to win 30 games. I was going to look real quick, see if I could find it real quick. My lovely daughter sent me this story. I came up with a bunch of goofy stories for you guys today. Here's one. Habitual cemetery thief stole items from graves to use as landscaping art for her backyard. How great is that? I haven't even read that. We'll read that one on the air a little bit later on. I mean, that is great. Yeah, I mean, Sean makes the point that Buster signed him for his performance, but he wants guys like Chapman in the clubhouse, right? Pros that are in the clubhouse. And you build a culture that way by signing these type of players, not by signing people that steal gravestones and use them as decorations for their backyard, mind you. I see you have. Do you know all these people? Oh yeah, I grew up with them. Oh, what a tragic death for Bill Doyle. 1927 to 1991. Can you imagine? The backyard doesn't look. I'd like to spruce my backyard up. I tell you what, I went to the nursery. Those prices are brutal, man. Brutal. Where do you go? Yeah, just go to the graveyard. Go to the graveyard, yank up some stones, get some gargoyles, stick those things in the yard. They're cheaper than garden gnomes. Look sweet. I'm ready for Halloween. Like I gotta look at the picture of this. I gotta see what would she get? What do you get? Like a mausoleum? Like what could you get at a graveyard that doesn't look out of place in your backyard or in your front yard for that matter? A gravestone doesn't look like it's something that belongs in your front yard. Gargoyle doesn't look like it's something that belongs in your front. Like what? Did she steal the flower? Oh God, I hope she didn't steal the flowers. She take all the flowers. Yeah, but those aren't. You can't plant those. You can't replant those in your backyard. I'll read that. I'll read that a little bit later on. I got some other stories too to get to. So, look, everybody, take a deep breath on this one. Just in, out, in, out, or a third of the way into the first year of Willie Adamas's long-term contract. Okay, we're not even through not even halfway. It's a little over a third of the way. So, are those numbers good? Of course they're not. There's nothing on there that's good. I mean, the OPS is brutal, but he's not a 900 OPS guy. He's like high sevens, maybe 8, somewhere around there. Kind of around what Matt Chapman is. You have a solid, better than solid fielding left side of the infield. You have 2 guys that are going to have pop, presumably, 25 home runs or so. And you have guys that are ground ball pitchers that they're going to hoover everything. Guys that aren't going to hit for a high average, but guys are going to hit for a little bit of power and then be great in the clubhouse. So, it's not, again, whatever you see in the first 50, who cares? It's 56 games. It's not a huge deal at all. And so just again, in and out, in and out. I'd like to see, I said last week I was going to be intrigued to see what Kyle Harrison did his first time out. I thought he was fine. Looked good. Velocity was there. That was the one thing I wanted to see. I didn't throw a lot of pitches, but they're still stretching him out. I think he has to be a guy. Like if they're going to go where they want to go, he's going to have to be a guy. Hicks was great last year. That's not him this year, right? Not him. Can Birdsong be that guy? Don't know. Roop, don't know. But I think Harrison can. Maybe he's not a 1 or a 2, but if he could be a solid 3, perfect. Then Duvall gets put back in the closer's role. Walker was scuffling. And so, but to me, it's the hitting. Team wide. Is this team going to be able to hit enough? Yeah, I know about Lamont. I don't know what they're going to do with Lamont. I don't know how long you stick with him. He is really, really scuffled this year. I'm not sure how he's been. Let's see if I can see how he's been like the last 10 games or so. But he's had a tough go of it this year. He's been so good too in previous years. But I want to get these numbers right. Let's see if I can get them up for you. That ain't it. Maybe I can't. I got the damn bunny running around out here doing her thing. What are you doing? She's on fire. When I'm in the corner, like she comes out and she wants to play and do bunny stuff. Let's see, because I wanted to see what Wade did last year. Last year's OPS was 761. The year before that, 790, and this year's 557. So I don't know. I don't. And again, I'm not one to say 55 games. Okay, we got to make a change, but They'd like a little more pop. And to me, it's like it's two guys, maybe three. Yaz, Lee, Ramos, and that's really, it's kind of hit or miss after that. But look, they've gotten off to a good start. They're right in there. A couple games behind the Dodgers, I think is what it is right now. What is it? One game behind the Padres. Yeah, three behind the Dodgers. Okay, two behind the Padres, four ahead of the Diamondbacks. So you're 31-25. You're still in good shape, but you don't want this to be the time of the season when you start, dipping, because the Dodgers are going to keep winning, even though their pitching staff's in tatters. I've never seen such a thing where your pitching staff's in tatters, but you still have a good pitching staff, or good enough. It's not great, but it's good enough. Yamamoto's been fantastic. Sasaki hasn't. Not surprising. It's taking him a little bit of time. Dustin May's been kind of up or down, hit or miss. Gonsolin got rocked a few innings he's pitched so far, and their bullpen. Tanner Scott was supposed to be the guy, right, to get during the offseason. He's been brutal. He has not been good for them. But when you have that lineup, we'll see what the Braves do. Got Strider back recently. Got Acuna back just a few games ago. I think he's 7 for his first 16. So he seems to be in midseason form off the bat. So I still think the Braves make a move, not trading, but up the standings. It's just too talented. And now once Strider gets back rolling and Acuna in that lineup, it's just the East is a monster. I mean, the East is the top three teams in that division are just really, really good. And Philly's doing what Philly's doing without prime Bryce Harper. He's gotten off to a slow start this year. He hasn't been great. I think he's on the, I don't know if they put him on the IR, but he got a banged up elbow. And we all know what he can do when he's healthy, especially come around playoff time. So big series this weekend, Yankees Dodgers. If you're going to watch that, you better have Apple TV. And so I do. So I'll be watching that one tonight. One of the things I wanted to talk about, I saw this today. So I was looking at stories like what happened in the news. Oh, I did notice this, that the WNBA starts the Commissioner's Cup this weekend. Did they sneak this one by me? What is it? I don't even know what it is. Is it like the Emirates Cup? The NBA does, like the midseason tournament or something like that? Oh, the NBA doing something? I don't know. I was like, there was one? There was a Commissioner's Cup? And then I thought, who's the commissioner? I don't know who the commissioner is. Gordon? I don't think so. But I don't know who the commissioner is. The W, as they call it, the W. So, but I read a story how baseball players now are getting more threats, death threats, or otherwise, because of gambling. Not surprising. People are idiots, and they think when they bet they're going to win. Why would they think that? Well, they've kind of been told that, haven't they? They've kind of been told that by the gambling companies. Because what do the gambling companies do? They show all these people winning all kinds of money. Really, a $10 parlay pays out $1 million. $50 parlay pays out $470,000. Same game parlay pays out $140,000. You can't lose. Here, bet $5 and win $150 if you hit your bet. Have a no risk $200 wager. It's all built to get these people into gambling. And they don't understand that people that gamble, they don't understand there's one person responsible when you lose a bet. One. If I lose a bet, if I make a bet and I lose that bet, guess who's responsible for me losing that bet? This guy. I'm the one that decided I wanted to wager on that team, and I'm the one that made the wager. It's on me. If I'm in Vegas, I go to the window, I take my money out, put it on a team. It's not someone else's fault what team I bet on. My fault. I made the wager. But people get pissed off at the players because they think they cost them money. No, you cost you money. You cost you money. But I only blame them a fraction maybe 50%, I don't know, 50, 40, whatever percent you want to put on it. I also blame DraftKings and FanDuel, Caesars. You got Jamie Foxx up there. Oh, turn every event into a chance to win money. You can bet on every play. You get a whoosh, whoosh. Am I going to bet any of my Django money on this? Hell no, I'm not going to bet any of my fucking Django money on this, but you should bet your money on it. Bet the puck line, bet the run line, bet the money line. You can't lose, except for the fact you will lose. You're going to lose. I try to get this across to people. If you wager and you play long enough, you will lose. It's a numbers game. You ever go to Vegas? You ever been in Vegas and you see, drive by a casino and they will say the loosest slot machines in Vegas, and it's like 97.8, which means out of every $100, you're going to get back 97.8, maybe even 98.5. Let's call it 98 for math's sake. That means every $100 you're losing too. But hey, you get to play longer. But the more you play, the more those percentages start biting into your bankroll. And eventually it's going to be gone. But it's not about you, it's about the masses. I mean, think about that. You get think about every time somebody spends $100, you get $2. You think that's not much. But what if it's thousands and thousands and thousands of people over the course of hours and hours and hours? Now we're cooking. Now we're cooking. That's what FanDuel, DraftKings, Caesars, that's what they're doing. They want to get you hooked. So they give you the no sweat bet, the $5 parlay for $200. They give you outsized odds. They give you a free same game parlay. Oh, you're good to go. And they hope you win. They don't want you to lose. They want you to win. Because if you win, you're going to bet the money that you've won. And then when you lose that, now you're hooked and you keep betting. It's like the drug dealer. You want some cocaine? You want some blow? You want some smack? You want some black tar? You want some angel dust? Here. On the house. On the house. Dust it up. Go ahead. Take a hit off that. You'll be busting handcuffs off. You'll be lifting up cop cars. It'll be amazing. Go ahead. What'd you think of that? Oh, it was great. You want some more? There you go. Enjoy. Oh, man. That's fucking amazing. That's amazing. Can I get some more? Sure. $100. Excuse me? Oh, yeah. It's not free. You thought it was free? Thought it was given? No, it's not free. And then eventually you like it, you take it, and you're hooked. Then you keep paying. That's what they do with the gambling. Exactly the same playbook. Come on over. You're not going to lose. Oh, the water's nice. Look at, oh man, look at the water. Jump on in. Nice. You look at this. You can't even lose money. I'm giving you money to bet. If you win, it's yours. Maybe. You might have to rebet that money at some point. That's another issue. You may have to rebet it. We're not going to give it to you right away. If you win a no sweat $200 bet, we give you the $200, but you got to bet at least $200 worth of wagers before we give you that money that you won. It's great. It's like an insurance company. And we'll accept money, but we got to pay you. We might be a little slow, a little busy. A lot of paperwork we're doing here. But once they get you, they keep you. And once they keep you, it's a numbers game. You're going to lose eventually. But people don't get that. So now they're pissed off. Who are you going to blame? The athletes, of course. The fuck is this guy doing? You not see that linebacker cut underneath there? How could you miss that layup? What are you swinging at? And I love the guys too. You cost me $50. $50? Like $50? That's what like if $50 means that much to you, you shouldn't be wagering, okay? You shouldn't be wagering. If it's got if you're wagering to try to get $50, you can go to the grocery store, buy some bread, some Gouda, maybe some multigrain Cheerios. You shouldn't be wagering. You just shouldn't be betting. But they're in, and once you're in, you're good. Now, this isn't everybody, mind you. Some people may bet it, win their money, and get out, and just say, "Okay, I'm done. I've had it." Or they may win money and then lose it and go, "Okay, I'm done. I really don't want to wager." That's why they keep throwing them out there. It's a numbers game. Cast that big wide net, right? That big wide net. Some are slipping through, but you get some of them. And then the ones you get, you're expected them to lose X amount over the course of a year. That's what it's about. And they don't want you to win, because if you could actually win, they want to kick you. They don't want you there. They kick people out that win. That's the thing about these. They're not in it to lose money, and they don't want people there that could not cause them to lose money, but not win as much money as they're going to win. It's really a joke. I was happy they legalized gambling, but I was hoping to be better than it is. It's not what it should be. Let's put it that way. So if you're going to do that, just be careful. I always tell people this. That's why, and we'll probably have gamblers on the show on Fridays, the same ones I had on when I was doing the radio show. Dennis Ranahan will probably come on with us, and Dr. Bob will probably come on with us, hopefully, schedules depending. But guys that I trust, guys that I know are honest, that do the work, whether they win, lose, you know what, I don't have to worry about them going on another show and giving the exact opposite picks. And it's fun. You know, we make a fun deal out of it, and try to get you guys some winners. I know most people out there probably wager a little bit, hopefully somewhat responsibly. I mean, look, we all go on tilt every once in a while, don't we? We all go on tilt. We're just like, unbelievable. And do I curse at a player sometimes? Of course, we all do that. But I don't hold it. I'm not going to sit down and craft a letter saying that I want to hurt you or kill you. Like, are you serious? Like, really? You hit send. You put the money in the account. You hit send. And now you're going to blame Mookie Betts for striking out with runners in second and third. I mean, come on. But I mean, you can't rationalize with these people. But the outfits don't care. Just as long as they keep losing, they are good to go. But now, I mean, now you have fantasy football, and you have daily fantasy, and baseball. Daily fantasy is huge, and it's just again, there's always going to be unintended consequences to everything you do. Everything you do is going to have unintended consequences. So while the gambling sounded good at the time, and I still think it's the right thing to do, you know, it just, some people can't handle it. But the death threats are just, it doesn't surprise me, but it's irritating that nobody wants to take any accountability whatsoever. I didn't lose that bet. I had a great bet. I should have won that bet. You didn't fucking boot the ball. I would have won that bet. But you made the bet. The player didn't make the bet for you. Jackass. So, all right. I do want to get to I do want to get to some of these stories. Let's look at this story. I was gonna print these out. I couldn't get the printer to work for some reason. Okay. So I'm looking at this girl's front yard. Habitual cemetery thief stole items from grave to use as landscaping art at her home. That's amazing. What do you think of that, Kai? Of course, it's Florida. I swear. How do all these knuckleheads converge in Florida? How is it possible that Florida has that many knuckleheads? Is it the fact that there's like no taxes? Like they just like, hey, here's the fact though, all these knuckleheads probably don't have jobs. They're not paying taxes anyway. So what do they care if there's taxes or not? Uh, Cops in Florida have arrested a woman after she had allegedly stole mementos from graves so she could use them at lawn art at her home. That's fucked up, man. That's fucked. Can you imagine? Imagine this. There it is, right there. There's the story. So you live, it's somewhat close to the cemetery, and your mother passed away, and you wanted to bring like a little stone heart to her, and you wanted to set it near the gravesite. I love you, Mom, and good Lord, look at that woman. She looks like a crypt keeper. I mean, it looks like somebody dug her up and used her as art somewhere. So you bring the little stone heart out there and you set it next to the grave. I love you, Mom. I miss you, Mom. R.I.P. And then you go like a couple weeks later, and let's say you like put your mom's name on there, Dorothy. Let's just use the name Dorothy. You put Dorothy on there, uh, and then a couple weeks later, you go and it's gone. Just gone. Somebody ripped it. Somebody thought R.I.P. actually meant rip, and they just took it. And then you're driving through a neighborhood one night or one day. I don't know, picking up a kid for practice or whatever. You see on someone's lawn, oh, I miss you, Mom. I love you. Dorothy was a good woman. R.I.P. Like, what? Wait, hold on a second. I had that. I gave that to I put that on my mom's gravesite. And somebody is going and just, I want to know what her lawn looks like. Uh, let's see, family members with their parents buried side by side. 35 miles south of St. Augustine, noticed someone was stealing items they left on the gravesite. After reporting some of the miscellaneous items missing to cops, family members installed a camera. Apparently, the video showed the woman later identified as Taylor walking around the gravesite filled with keepsakes on Monday. She appears to have grabbed a wind chime. I don't blame her for that. Wind chimes are pretty nice. I don't blame her for grabbing the wind chime. Tried to swipe another, but she couldn't shake the wind. She couldn't shake the wind chime loose. Can you imagine? You're at the gravesite and you're just trying to get this wind chime from someone's grave. Someone out there. Oh my gosh. Let's see. I'm still not saying what she had in her yard. Oh yeah, they're all the stuff that she stole. See, aside from the wind chime, they also found a bird feeder previously stolen from the grave site. Let's see, what else was there? She 6 months, okay. All right. I mean, like I said, the nurseries are expensive, man. Now I don't think grave gnomes were there. Like I said, you got to get a gargoyle. You got to grab a gargoyle at a. So I guess she wasn't grabbing headstones, tombstones. That would be sweet though for Halloween. That would be wrong. And it's all wrong. It really is all wrong. I mean, look, it ain't bothering the person that's dead. They're dead. They don't care. I'm not gonna have to worry about that because I'm gonna get cremated. Although I want to do, and I've told you guys this before, and we'll have a whole show. We did this on the show one time when Ralph and I were doing the show. This was like 20 years ago. We used to do this thing like Fridays Mean Danger. And the show literally was, if you knew you're going to die, how would you kill yourself? And I said, out of a plane, man. I want to go up to 15,000 feet. I want to jump. And then I just want to jump into the ocean. I want to have a great view. I want to hit the water at breakneck speed. And I want to be left there. That way I'm going green, feeding the animals, no garbage, no trash. And no one has to worry about me. Right? No costs. Because even someone gets cremated, like it's $1,000, $15. Because you got to get the urn. I mean, I guess unless you want to bring Tupperware. Look, I'm of the belief that once you're dead, you don't care anymore, and I won't care because I'll be dead. Tupperware is a little rough. Like, I mean, you got to show a little bit of respect, don't you? You can't be grabbing Tupperware. Even worse, Tupperware, and you can't find the lid, so you just use tinfoil and put tinfoil over the Tupperware with the ashes. Again, they're not going to care. They're ashes. The ashes do not care. The ashes do not have feelings. But seems a little harsh. Like, it seems like maybe take a little more care, a little more pride in whoever it is in the Tupperware. Like, if you match the top, I'm okay with that. It's not great, but so you get the urn, like $1,000. Like, if I get $1,000 for an urn, I go to Gravesite and steal one of these. I go to Home Goods and get one for $19.99 along with a candle. I'm still not coming anywhere close to $1,000 for an urn. So I won't need that. Family won't need that. And the beauty part about it, like when someone passes away, it's always a surprise, right? It just, even though you're expecting it to happen, it's like that scene in Fletch, who somebody already said on here as a 40th anniversary box set. I might have to look into that. But when Fletch said it was sudden when she passed away, or he passed away, and the doctor goes, "What are you talking about? He's been dying for years." And he goes, "Yeah, but the end, it was sudden." He goes, "It was intensive care for 6 weeks." And then Fletch says, "Yeah, but at the very end, when he passed away, that was sudden." And so you can see it coming as much as you want to, but at the end, it's always going to catch you off guard a little bit, even though you know it's coming. With this, you know exactly when it's going to happen. You can count down. When you're falling from the sky, you could just 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, splat, toast. No guesswork, none whatsoever. So I like that. It's nice, it's neat, it's tidy. It's no cleanup. I'm not a burden to anybody anymore. I don't know why they don't offer that. I would take them up on that. Now, the key is timing it right. You don't want to jump from the plane and, like, 20 feet from the plane, somebody else from the plane, they found a cure. Like, oh, shit. Come get me. Somebody come swoop, like Tom Cruise, come swoop down with a parachute and grab me before I hit the water. No, but I'm talking about when you're old and you're just like, I can't do much anymore anyway. And I like that. So, we talked about that. We did a whole show on that. People came up with some crazy ideas how they'd kill themselves. Again, if you know you're going to die, not just I'm going to kill myself. That's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for, you're going to die. You've been told, a few weeks, a month, maybe. And you're just like, that's bunk. I don't want to do that. Like, I don't know about you guys. I don't want to just sit around a bed. Like, that's just lame. That's just lame. I just sitting around a bed, just sitting there. Somebody wipe my ass. Nah, good. Just let me go. Plane me up, and I'm good. All right, so we got that story. Ogden sent me a story too. What did he send me? Let's see the headline. What? Woman's 7-year nightmare after partner farted in her face. A joke from an ex-partner left a woman in 7 years of pain because of the worst thing I've ever smelled. Where? What? 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 Oh, what are you? What? What, like 7 years? Like, I don't. How bad could something smell that leaves you in a 7-year paralysis? So the woman said she was left with a 7-year infection after her boyfriend farted in her face. The pair have since parted ways. Was plagued by a stuffy nose and facial pains years afterwards. She traced her symptoms back to a fateful night spent in a hotel room. I mean, coming like, Jesus Christ, you got to be kidding me. She's battling sinus infections in the 7 years since. Like, I can't. That. Come on. Okay, but she didn't think they connected to her health until doctors took a culture sample from her nose. Sinus infections, blah blah blah, and are common in cold. They can be caused by a virus, tend to clear up on their own. Christine, known as I realized that my ex-boyfriend got the best possible breakup revenge that anyone could ever get. There's anything that compares to that. Well, that's rough. If that's true, that's rough. That dude definitely did get over, didn't he? 7 years. She's a travel influencer. Fantastic. Travel influencer, what I even know what that means. Took to TikTok to reveal the results of her sinus test in a clip. It was E. coli. Dude farted E. coli into her sinuses? Is that even a thing? I've never heard of such a thing. I've never heard of anything like that. So there you go. Don't let anybody fart. I mean, not that you would. Why would you? Oh my God, that's insane. 7 years. How long is she? I don't even know how long. See, this is why I like to print these out, so it's easier. Yeah, I don't think tacky. I don't think it was foreplay. I don't think. When I say it's the worst fart I've ever smelled in my life, I truly mean that. How many farts have you smelled? You've never smelled Lou's fart. Sorry, Lou. Tell you what, you give Lou some steak sometimes. Oof, Lou will just blow the roof off of it. Maybe in another circumstances, I'd been healthy, it wouldn't have happened. Not see. I'm sorry, Lou. I look. Are you sad? You sad? Did I embarrass you? Yeah, I know. My bad. My bad. I don't think Lou cares. I don't think Lou's. I don't think. Oh, there you go, right there. He said it was not intentional. She was just in the path. She was in the swing path of the far. Oh my gosh, that is wild. And then 7 years. All right, let's see what else do we have. See, but if I have them printed out and I can read them, then I can get to some of the better. Cause it's hard to read through these things. It's about a page worth of material, but then you got the pictures, then you got the ads, and then you got to go through it, and then it's just like. So yeah, I mean, there's more good stuff in here, but I just can't get to it. This is my man. I'm gonna have to get a beer in a minute here, but do we have this one? This is a 46-year-old lives up in Seattle who enjoys, I guess my man likes stroking himself in public. So he got arrested in a grocery store in Seattle, and he's described as a prolific public masturbator. And I look, if I were him, not that they're not going to find you, but I'm not going to make my nickname Masturbator. Masturbator. So either you are that, or you're a great bass fisherman, right? And you really know how to. There he is, Master Bader. Now, the one thing I enjoy about this story, well, enjoy may not be the proper terminology, was so he was in a store openly masturbating in front of numerous members of the public, including children. I mean, come on, man. I mean, come on. Not that you should be doing it, period, but not in front of kids. That's just, I mean, you're scarring them for life. You're absolutely scoring them for life. When confronted by the cops, Pearson, masturbator, reportedly confessed. And that, of course, he confessed. You had to confess at that point that he was, quote, stroking inside the store. I haven't been able to confirm that his favorite meal is beef stroganoff. That's something I'm gonna have to do a little more research on. While speaking with officers, he was actively looking at women, saying that they should be in his show and could stroke it. I'm gonna say my man has some issues. I'm gonna say he has some issues. You just got arrested, and you're telling the cops, "Yo, she could stroke it." Some good stuff right here. That's right. I got some Salome for you. You'd be good. You'd be good to go. Yep. Favorite show, Crank Anchors. Absolutely. I just loved his nickname, the Master Baiter. Apparently, this guy tries to live up to that nickname by going out and just doing what he does at the store. I just hope it wasn't in the produce section. I mean, come on, bro. Have. I mean, look, no, I'm not going to say what you're doing is cool. It's not. It's heinous, and the fact that kids were around, it just makes it worse. But if it's canned foods, not acceptable, but okay. At least I could go, ah. But if you're doing it in the produce section, come on. No. They don't. I don't. No. No. Unacceptable. Gas chamber. Gas chamber with you. You're toast. Yo, she could stroke it. To the cops. To the cops. All right. I need a refill before I finish these last few stories here. And I gotta find my sign. Let me find my sign, see if I can put it up for you. What's up, Mike? Watch out, Lou. I can't get this thing just right. All right, we got a Nectaron cat from Monkish Brewing. All right, let's get to a few more of these stories, and we'll take some comments. You got any questions or anything about the whatever you want to get into? We can talk about. We got Champions League tomorrow too, by the way. PSG against Milan. So that'll be good viewing. I saw a picture of this dude right here, and he's got a kind of one of those. Here, I'm going to show it to you. Picture of this guy, and he's in a pet store, and it looks like he's grabbing his junk. I'm like, bro, easy on your junk, okay? You got the basketball shorts on, you got the Under Armour muscle tee. Don't leave your junk alone. Coming to find out, that was a ferret, and that's not what he calls his dick. He's not calling his fit like, hey, want to check out my ferret? Want to stroke my ferret? Now that was the other guy in the store. There was actually a ferret. Guy stole a ferret from the pet store, stuck it in his pants, and walked out. Now, I had no idea ferrets cost $650. My brother owned 2 ferrets. They're cool, except for the fact they're like kind of small and they get into little nooks and crannies. You're not really sure where they're at. And he stepped on one of them. Brutal. Oh, that was rough. That was rough. There it is right there. Look, my man's got the ferret, sticks it in his pants, and just walks out. Well, he probably figured he couldn't do that with a dog. It would have used his crank for a chew toy. That would have been hard to keep your composure. A kitten would have tore him up. You know, the kittens love the little dingle balls anyway. And like just smacking them. Yeah, there's no way you can walk out of there. So he grabbed a ferret in his pants and just held it like he was, again, holding his junk. And they haven't caught him yet. One bit of advice I'll give you, whoever the perp is, shave the mustache. Okay? It's going to be a lot easier to pick you up with that mustache. I mean, like, this mustache is one thing. That was something. That was a mustache. So ferret in the pants, out the pet store, and he's good to go. What else do I have here? Oh God, there's so this guy on probation for, let's see, convicted felon, was on parole, and I don't think it was a felony conviction when he was on parole. 36, Darren Delks, but the probation barred him from using alcohol or even possessing alcohol, because I guess once he gets a drink in him, the guy just goes bananas. So they said, okay, that's part of your parole, is that you can't drink. And he only drank one little sip of Corona. That's it. It's too bad it had to be Corona, but whatever. Did he have a lime? Don't know. Why did he drink Corona? Why did he take a sip of Corona? The hot chip challenge. He did the hot chip challenge. And then somebody filmed him. Now, who did? What narc filmed him taking one sip of Corona? Anybody's guess. I don't know who did that. That's rough, though. But he's going back to prison because he took a sip of Corona. I don't feel too bad for the guy, though. Seems like kind of a bad break. But his rap sheet includes convictions for dealing in stolen property, cocaine sales, grand theft, credit card fraud, heroin possession, cocaine possession, theft, burglary, and violating a domestic violence protection order. So you're probably better off. And we're probably better off that he's in prison. He might even be better off that he's in prison. He's spent a combined 7 years in prison and counting, because I think he's going back for more. Hot chip challenge got him. Who would have thought hot chip challenge get you? This lady that stole from Walmart. It always saddens me when someone that's 70 years old, 70 plus years old, turns against the law, turns to a life of crime. You're in your golden years at that point. You should just be able to relax. Maybe find yourself a little home, maybe a trailer. I don't know, maybe a cardboard box, whatever you got. But you should be able to relax a little bit. Get yourself a chaise lounge, and just chill. You shouldn't be going into Walmart to steal when you're 73. You're 73. Leave the life of crime behind you. I guess once you're a criminal, always a criminal. Probably hard to leave that racket. But she was arrested at Walmart. I didn't even know you steal stuff at Walmart. There's stuff everywhere. I'm not going to say it's like KB Toys, which is like anybody that's ever been to a KB Toys. Holy smokes. And KB Toys always looks like an earthquake just happened. Like there was just an earthquake in the area and KB Toys was close to the epicenter. Every time I walked through KB Toys, it was toys on the ground. The shelves were a mess. Toys weren't where they should be. The price would say this and be a different toy on top. And the aisles were so tightly packed. And you had to go almost single file and then turn sideways to get by somebody at KB Toys. KB Toys is the worst. I just stopped going. And now nobody goes stores anyway. But that was back in the days we used to walk uphill both ways to school. So anybody knows what I'm talking about. Cheers to KB Toys. Usually in the mall across from a Cinnabon. Angela Velasquez Torboda stopped by Walmart security. Now, that's a crew right there. That's a crew. How many stops do you have to hit and get rejected by to where you end up as Walmart security? Like we're on the rung of law enforcement. Is that like right? You got your, I don't know what the top rung would be, a SWAT or special this, special that. I mean, see, I don't know what it is, right? And you get your captains, your lieutenants, your commissioners, your all that kind of stuff, whatever. And then you get down, and then you get. I'm going to join. No, you're not. You can't even. You can't even join the play now. You can't go to the academy. We don't want you. We want anybody. We don't want you. And then you end up being a security guard, but not just a security guard. Like you probably went to Sears and got turned down. You went to Roebuck and got turned down. You went to J.C. Penney and got turned down. I mean, forget about Macy's and Saks. He fucking balls at his eyeballs. He's swinging, couldn't hit that. But so you had Saks Fifth Avenue, you got turned down out of that. Then you're like, well, shit, what else is left? I wonder if Orange Julius needs a security. No, Orange Julius doesn't need a security guard. Cinnabon, now they don't need one anyway. KB Toys, they don't give a shit. They don't even care about it. They don't care how dirty their store is or is off. They don't need a security guard. So you're just like, well, now what do I do? Maybe I should be one of those guys in the restroom of a fancy restaurant where I hand out mints and a towel. What the fuck is that, by the way? Is there people that still do that? Like, I mean, come on. Like, that's your job. I mean, at least have a little bit of shame, would you? Just a modicum of shame. You're in a restroom all day, smelling people's shit. Watch them go to the bathroom. And when they get done washing their hands, you're handing them a towel and a mint. And I'm supposed to give you $1 for something, I could do myself. I don't want your crappy mint. And I can get my own, I can get my own towel. It's this. Watch. That's it. And I got to pay you $1? Like, please. You probably got turned down from there. Like, let's just go to Walmart. I don't think you're getting let's put it this way. I don't think you're getting the highest quality of crime fighter at Walmart. Could be wrong. I could be wrong. But She was stopped by a security guard when she was about to exit a Tampa, of course, Florida. Got to be Florida. Store worth approximately $122 worth of goods, shampoos, socks, men's shorts. Yeah, she's definitely a men's shorts wearer. No, dude. I'm not gonna say. I won't say she looks a little, but nah. I mean, men's shorts. They track. She had stashed the items in a plastic bag she brought into the. Hey, look, at least you're going green. You got to appreciate that, right? You got to appreciate she brought her own bag. I mean, she didn't go in there and try to steal the bag too. She brought her own bag. She was thinking ahead. So at least give her credit. At least give her credit for that. I don't know if she does more pokey time for that or gets a bigger fine for that because it was premeditated. She brought the bag in there, obviously looking to swipe merch. They asked her motives. She said they were told by the devil to buy something for someone else, but she did not have enough money, so she attempted to leave with the items. And devil's falling on hard times too. That's what the devil's resorting to, having people swipe stuff from Walmart. I mean, whatever happened to the devil that would have people kill people or kill themselves or do some satanic shit like drink blood? Or just remember that movie Cobra, Sylvester Stallone? Like that kind of satanic cult. That was the old fashioned satanic cult that actually you're like scared when you saw them. Now the devil's just getting people to steal stuff at Walmart. My God, it's a little. I think it's a little sad, actually. Um, so, but hey, going green. She gets marks for that. The devil comment, creativity, give her marks for that. But you're 73. Come on. I mean, somebody buy her some Mad Dog. I think she's good to go. This one, I'm not sure. I'm not getting into this one. I'm just going to read you the headline. I don't need to read the story because you're going to know what happened. There's nothing there. Married couple fingered for lewd conduct at Florida bar. Get it? They were fingered, like somebody said, hey, they're doing something. You can guess why they use that word. Did that one. I don't know if there's a whole lot here. Drunk, pantless man told police his name was Charles Dickens. It's kind of funny. I get it, Dickens. But I don't even think he was going there, which kind of makes it funnier that he actually said that when the dude was high as a kite. And so I can't give him too much credit for that. Okay, last one. I got all these, and then I think I got, oh, was that the one? Oh, I think it was. Okay. I kept thinking of the Will Ferrell commercial when I was reading this, and I don't know like it like. Let me read it this way because then I can read it. I want to keep enlarging it. Incensed that he was denied a free refill at a lemonade stand run by children, a Florida man. Again, we sensing a theme here. We sensing a Florida type theme here. Aggressively grabbed a female victim, adopted a fighting stance, and warned that he would beat her up at a lemonade stand. I kept thinking of the Will Ferrell. Oh, it's not fresh squeeze, Dylan. I kept thinking of this guy, Stephen Cusimano, 45, walking in Clearwater neighborhood around 7:30 p.m. He observed a lemonade stand being run by several juveniles and the victim. So maybe the victim wasn't a juvenile. I'm not sure. But he purchased a glass of lemonade, then became angry when he wasn't allowed free refills. Like everybody gets free refills nowadays. No matter where you go, you get free refills. And you should. Everybody's finally caught on to the fact, like, yo, this soda costs a nickel. Maybe not even that. Maybe like 2 cents. But this ain't that. This lemonade is not mass produced, although it's probably country time. It's some bullshit. Like, kids, if you're going to run a lemonade stand, do yourself a favor. Get over the fucking sink, grab some lemons, and juice those bitches, okay? Don't just grab some country time, put it in a pitcher, throw some water in there, and expect I'm going to want to pay $2 for it. Like, I'd like to help you out, unless you're Girl Scouts, okay? Then I'm not buying your cookies. I'm not fueling terrorism. I'm just not going to do it. Although I do love the Thin Mints, but I'll have somebody else buy them for me. But you got to make the effort. You have to make the effort. That's all I ask of the kids. Make the effort. Don't have your parents do it. I don't want your parents selling the cookies for me. I don't want your parents trying to flag me down. Hey, you got time? Can you stop? Can you get some cookies? No, I don't want any Samoas. Get away from me. Okay? If your kids are going to sell them, your kids should ask me, and then I could tell them to kindly step off. I don't want your cookies. But as far as a lemonade, kids sitting at the stand, parents should not be involved. This is their deal. Okay? And at some point as a kid, you got to learn to defend yourself. So you bring a billy club or one of those blackjacks, and you just smash this dude across the shins and teach him a lesson. You get one glass. You don't get a free refill. Does it say free refill? No, you don't. That's why you don't get a free refill. Okay. But if you're going to do that, squeeze it. I want real sugar. I want real lemon juice. Come up with something I want to buy. Again, I don't want country time. That shit is garbage. My mom bought that occasion. I'm like, Mom, no country time. The only powder stuff I really like was Tang. Tang was cool because the astronauts drank it. At least it said they did. I don't know if they drank it or not. But although the Hawaiian Punch was pretty good too. Yeah. Oh yeah, that guy was pretty. I like that. And the cool thing, hey guy, the cool thing about the powder is you could put as much powder in as you wanted to. Like if you wanted that Hawaiian Punch at 95 octane, you just go ahead and sugar that thing up, and you go like mounds and mounds. Although my favorite one, Crystal Light was, now that was true garbage. Crystal Light was awful. For those that don't know what Crystal Light was, that was like your diet lemonade, right? You know, like Sunny D, I couldn't stand. Give me Tang all day. And don't make your funny poon jokes, okay? I'm a heady. I'm way heady on that. Don't do it. But the best one to make sure you had, yeah, concentrate's acceptable. But the best powder is Quick, the bunny. The chocolate milk, you can regulate the chocolate, dark or light. Dark or light. I liked it a little bit darker, but not too dark. All right? Not too dark. Like it was, but you want to taste the chocolate, right? You don't want it to be like super light. You don't want it to be white like the milk. So, but you don't want it like all chocolate. Like you just keep dumping the bunny in there. Like, let's go, bunny, get to work. And you're just cranking, and all of a sudden it's like midnight in your glass. That was no good. So yeah, that's the thing. Scorpio brings us up that the Sunny D was too thick, man. Had that weird taste to me, but it was just way, way, way too thick. And I just, again, the Tang I enjoyed. And again, I got to regulate. I got to regulate with the powder. But I mean, that was the way we did it back in the day. The powder. Although again, country time I just hated. Country time was like that's not real lemonade. Like if I'm gonna get lemonade, I want real lemonade. I love real lemonade. I hate the fake stuff. Say I ate Quick by the spoonful. There you go. There you go. Maybe that's your problem. And I don't like pre-made chocolate milk either. Although that Fair Play, has anybody had that Fair Play chocolate milk? That's not bad. That's not bad. That's actually pretty good. But that I usually put a little extra milk in. Like I don't like it real. I don't like a lot of viscosity in my chocolate milk. I don't want it too thick. Like I don't want it to feel like I'm pouring oil into the car where it's just like, I want it to flow. It's got to flow. And I don't know. I just always felt like I had the Like when I go to a restaurant and I order chocolate milk, I haven't done that in forever, but I used to all the time. I used to go to IHOP all the time when I played. I go to IHOP all the time. Country girdle cakes and chocolate milk. Boom. Good to go. But I'd always ask them, chocolate milk, is it milk and syrup or milk and quick? And they're like, yes, done. We're good. If it wasn't, I was out. I didn't want it. I didn't want your pre-made chocolate milk. I mean, they had no interest in me whatsoever. So Swiss Miss, nah, didn't do Swiss Miss. That was a hot chocolate, little marshmallows. Nah, it wasn't good. So anyway, yeah, he was angry. He was pissed off they didn't get a refill. Like, bro, it's a lemonade stand, okay? Kids aren't doing Ovaltine, Lenny and Squiggy, Ovaltine. For those of you that are too young, that was Laverne and Shirley. So he was mad. He grabbed the victim by the wrist aggressively while standing in a fighting stance. Did he go Jack Johnson? Like the Tom Dempsey? He was like, you kidding me? Are you serious? You making one glass? Where's my refill? No refills. It's a lemonade stand. Bosco. That was Bosco. That's right. Bosco was it. Thank you, B. Ovaltine was a different one. Ovaltine was a malt. But you're correct. Bosco was the one, Lenny and Squiggy one. Thank you so much. I screwed that one up. Because that's what they do. They go, Bosco. Now it's hitting me. That's why you have people shout out with comments. When you screw something up, they got you. Kuzumo, so he was in the fighting stance and he's going to beat her up. And he left on foot, quickly apprehended. Apparently he didn't leave quick enough, but I never. So he admitted to the entire sequence of events, but claimed that he grabbed the victim due to her, quote, talking shit to me. Now, I don't know if this is the mom. I'm thinking the victim, because it doesn't list the age of the victim. I'm thinking that's someone that's older. Because I don't think maybe he would have grabbed the wrists of the kids, but I don't think one of the kids would have talked shit to him. Although kids get out of line. Kids get out of pocket nowadays, man. They don't know their place. They really don't. It's like some of the stuff that kids say to parents nowadays, not a chance I would have said that to my dad. You kidding me? You would have had to scrape me off the back wall with a spatula. There's no chance that would have happened. But now they just feel a lot more emboldened to say some of that stuff that they do to adults. So they're like, oh, I'll call the cops. I'll write a book on you. You son of a bitch. You can't do that to me. Yeah. Should have used that one on my dad. Nah, not going to work. That's the thing people don't get. Like, my dad was in the era where spankings and stuff like that. You can say what you want about it. That shit works. And I don't hate you. So yeah, he got locked up. He also has priors. I know, shocking, huh? Priors for battery, convictions for trespassing, narcotics possession, disorderly intoxication, assault with a deadly weapon, theft, and disorderly conduct. So there you go. Just remember, lemonade stands, generally speaking, unless stated otherwise, you pay for a glass. You want another glass, you pay for another glass. They're not big glasses, but it's just like, hey, cool, lemonade. Here you go, kids. I'll give you a couple bucks for your lemonade. Like, I appreciate what you're doing is you're not really paying for the lemonade. You're paying for the appreciation. Like, hey, kids, I appreciate the fact you got up off your ass. You could be running around doing stuff at the park, and you're sitting here with your lemonade. You made the lemonade. It's shitty lemonade, but you made it, hopefully. Like, I hope the parents aren't making this. Like, if the kids are going to do it, they need to realize, hey, I need to work for this and do it. And then I get the money for doing it. And then you feel good about yourself. Like, you accomplished something. You did the whole thing, right? You set up the table. You brought out the chairs. You made the sign. You made the lemonade. You stirred it. You got the cups. You brought the cups out. You're good. Maybe you even got like a little cash register. And you can put the cash in there, and you're good to go. So don't get greedy though. Okay. Like usually $1 for a glass of lemonade, being that's about 8 ounces, probably good. You want to go two, maybe. In today's age, two's fine. It used to be like a quarter you get lemonade for, but give it an effort. And I'm going to tell you, give it a better effort. Make real lemonade. Like make real lemonade, and you'll be good to go. All right, let's take some comments. What do we got out there? You want to get into sports? You want to get into store? Whatever. I got a couple more minutes. Ordered some pizza. And I'm getting kind of hungry, to be honest with you. I haven't eaten all day. Who won my fantasy league last year? You did, you fuck. Beat it. I read it without seeing who it was, my buddy Bergie. I was like, who won my fantasy league? I looked up, it's him. Yeah, he won it last year. He took down, who did he take down? I think he took down Marco Jr. in the finals. But now Bergie won it. Bergie got over on us last year. So, but this year's a new year. That year's over. Nobody cares who the champion was last year. It's all about this year. Where did I get the monkish beer from? You mean this one? You said a few episodes ago. This is a monkish too. You can order monkish. Go to monkish.com. You can order monkish on the website. They have I had like 6 beers last time I checked, and I got 2 pale ales and a Hell's Lager. So, and then I got one from Cellar Maker last night. I was going to go over to Wondrous today, but I didn't make it over there. I might make it over there tomorrow. And so I got some field work in there right now, St. Thomas OG. And I got some Cellar Maker, got some monkish, got some Tenma. And I think I'm out of one. Maybe I'm out of Wondrous, so I'm going to get some of that as well. But yeah, go to monkish. You can order it, and they'll ship it to you. I think it's like $20. They'll ship it to you. But that's good beer down in Torrance, California. Oh, down in Sydney. Nice. What time is it down in Sydney? It's I don't even know the time difference between here and Sydney. That's the great thing about Google. I just look it up right now without you telling me. Sydney. I guarantee it's going to be Sweeney. Yep, first one. Not even Sydney time. Sydney Sweeney. I didn't really know her. I didn't watch Euphoria, but 10:38 a.m. Oh, good morning. Good morning, down under. We're gonna get Bugs on one of these days. I love Bugs, and he has his own podcast, Rogue Bugs, or is it Rogues Bugs? I don't know. There's an S on one of those words. Let's put it that way. My take on the 49ers getting Bryce Huff. It's nice they've added depth to the defensive end position. I think he's pretty good. I don't know that much about him, to be honest. So I'm not going to sit here and go 15 minutes on Bryce Huff and what he brings and how explosive he is and how flexible his hips are and how his get off goes. I mean, I'll give a shout out to my guy Larry Krueger. You can go watch him. That's his deal. Like he'll break guys down for you for like 15 minutes, and you're just like, how do you know how long his fingernails are? And why does that matter to me? I'm not sure. But that's what he does. So my Bryce Huff take down, or my take is just, hey, I think he's a good player. And I like the fact they're adding depth to the defensive end position. I think it's great. But as far as like what he brings, what he does, what his role is going to be, I don't know. I just think they're looking for more when it comes to defensive linemen. Now I'm not going to duck. Well, ain't no ducks back here. You know why? Ducks can fly. They just take off right over the backyard. And plus, we actually have a pair of ducks that hang out in the front yard occasionally. They'll come in the front yard and just hang out. I think ducks mate for life, if I'm not mistaken. So they just hang out, and they've been doing it for a couple years. They don't hang out there all the time, but they'll be out there just chilling. Throw them some oats. Apparently, you're not supposed to give them bread. I didn't know that. You don't give them bread because it blows them up, and they get gastrointestinal distress. So I was like, oh, okay, no bread for you. But they like their oats. So, but it is cool to see them out there. But owning a duck, yeah, I think it'd be hard to keep something that flies. I don't know, just me. Uh, will you buy any Sydney Sweeney's bathwater? I don't. You're kidding me, right? You're kidding me. What do you mean Sydney Sweeney's bathwater? She doesn't bathe and then sell it, does she? I'm guessing she does. I'm guessing you didn't just come up with that on your own. Is this true? Is this true? Somebody tell me that's not true. Okay, we got. Oh, it's true. You got to be kidding me. There is no way that's true. Wow. Like what? Like what? Her actual selling soap. So is it like mozzarella, where it comes in a little container and it's got liquid in it and the mozzarella balls in it, like to keep it fresh or to keep it spongy I don't know, to keep it supple. I don't know what's going on with this. Like what's the theory behind it? Sydney's bathwater. Okay, so it's soap, but the soap has bathwater in it. Okay. Look, if I'm gonna buy soap with bathwater in it, I'm going Sofia Vergara. Okay, that I just let's get that out of the way right now. So that's where I'm going. But even as hot as she is, I'm still a Squatch guy. Give me the Squatch soap all day long. Give me the Squatch soap. Give me the Squatch deodorant. And for those of you that don't know what Squatch is, it's Dr. Squatch. They sell soap and all kinds of stuff. But the thing I like about it is it's got certain levels of grit. And I know you're thinking like grit. What are you talking about? Grit? It's like sandpaper. You like exfoliate. Oh, Dusty said it's sold out. Of course, it's sold out. And get these horn dog boys that are like, oh, I can imagine being in the bath with Sydney Sweeney while ooh, where'd that soap disappear to? Oh, there it is. I got it back. So, yeah, whatever. But yeah. Give me the Squatch. Give me the Squatch. Give me the grit. I can exfoliate, get up there. Although the grit, you get the rough grit on that soap, that Squatch. That shit is rough. That is rough, man. You get that, you're going to be like, wow, Tom was not lying. So, okay, let me get a little bit closer here. So I guess it's got a little grit in it too, huh? Shea butter, sand, and Sydney's bathwater. I mean, come on. That's just stupid. That's just stupid. Now, if it's Sydney saliva, now look, now maybe I might get in there. Oh shit. You didn't even tell me that. Nobody told me that. Put that back up there. It is Squatch. Well, there you go. Okay. Now we're talking. I still ain't buying it. But yeah, because so Squatch has like a Batman one, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles soap. My brother has these, and I don't know why. I don't know why you collect soap. You're gonna use it at some point, right? You're gonna use the soap, and it's gonna dissolve, and then it's gone. So I'm not sure why. Uh, uh, yeah, when I realized it was Squatch, I was like, oh damn, Sydney Sweeney, and I got a lot more respect for her. Not that I didn't have respect for her. I never really even knew who she was. Again, I guess she was in Euphoria. I don't watch that show. I'll have to get into talking about shows that I watch too. Give you guys some. I'll say Bosch once again. If you haven't watched Bosch, watch Bosch. Brought it up with Tim Kawakami last week. He reads the book, so he wasn't as thrilled as I was. But I don't read the books, so I don't have to worry about it. I'm reading the Earl Weaver book right now. Read it. If you like old school managers, old school baseball, read the Earl Weaver books. Really good. So that makes sense now, because Squatch does do some different stuff, and I guess having the sand in there, that it does have some grit in there. But yeah, some of the body parts and body fluids that are involved in products that are out there, like the Gwyneth Paltrow thing. I can't remember exactly what that was, but I know it was a little nasty if I remember correctly. But How do you get bath water in she takes it, so she actually physically has to take a bath, and then she gets out of the bath, and then they take the bath water and save it, and then put it in the soap. That's like a lot of effort, it seems like. How much is that? Is it like normal price? Bathwater Bliss? Okay. That'd be $8. Oh, 'cause that's normal. Normal stuff. Yeah, it's like a normal. I mean, it's not cheap for soap. I don't think $8 for a bar of soap is cheap. Maybe it is. I don't know. I don't really buy a lot of soap except for Squatch. Like the only, and I have it on a subscription, and so I don't know. I don't think that's going to be in it though. I'm just going for the regular, like, I don't know, like Bigfoot Bliss or Redwood, whatever. I don't know. I can go up right now. I just got a new 8-pack of Doctor Squatch. So no, but yeah, no, I like Squatch. It's again, I like a rough ride when I'm in the shower, and Squatch gives you that, especially on the head. You just take that thing and just rip your head. You're good to go. And so, all right. Anything else? I feel like we've hit Sydney Sweeney's bathwater Squatch. Just come to find out, soap. At that point, I think it's probably it might be getting close to time. I think Pacers win tomorrow on this. I just think at home, Halliburton's going to be better, and the crowd's going to be on fire, and they're going to hit shots. So I think it's going to be tough. But Knicks could win. Like, in saying that, I don't have a great feeling. Like, I'm not telling you, hey, go take the Knicks. Knicks are going to win this. Like, put $100 on it. Like, nah, I don't feel like that. I just, somebody's asking me, like, well, you are. I'll take the Pacers tomorrow. I'll take the Pacers over the Knicks. I think they win that one. And so, do I have any stories about Xavier McDaniels? Not really. I didn't want to mess with him a whole lot. I'll be honest with you. He was, remember, he had the bald head back before a lot of people had the bald head. So the bald head was intimidating. I remember the first guy that was bald that I saw that I was like, oh my gosh, was Otis Sistrunk of the Raiders. I was like, oh, that dude looks scary. Like, bald was like scary. And then Jordan became bald, and everybody's like, oh, that's pretty cool. I mean, everything was cool with Michael Jordan. Long shorts were cool because of Michael Jordan. The multicolored shoes were cool because of Michael Jordan. The black socks were cool because of Michael Jordan. The bald head was cool because of Michael Jordan. I'm sure he helped with the hoop earring. Like, Michael made everything cool, but X was intimidating. But I go out there and I played him the same as I played everybody. Just try to bang the shit out of him and hope for the best. And figured, if you get in a fight with somebody, what's the worst that could happen? They can only get off one punch, and then you just get in there like a blitzing linebacker and take them down to the ground and start throwing punches. Now, I never had to do that, but that was always the plan. Like, don't stay on the perimeter. Just go, bull rush, get them to the ground, and then go to work. See what happens. You figure once you hit the ground, you're getting pulled off anyway. And so, I don't even know. No. I mean, let me quote. Let me quote Rasheed Wallace. Next question. Next question. Next comment. Was BP shooting like shit? Dude, I don't know. I don't know, because he was shooting really good before that. I don't know when he hurt the wrist. So could be, could not be. I don't know. Nobody's told me when the wrist was hurt, because he was on fire. He got hurt earlier in the season and then came back, and he was rolling, and he actually shot the ball okay. And then it really just kind of, just as soon as the playoff started, whoosh, it was done. He couldn't find it. So what are you going to do? Sometimes that happens. It's the playoffs. You get a little tight in the playoffs, and then maybe not even tight, just it's a different feeling. It's different during the playoffs. So it's his first time going through that. I suspect he'll learn from it, be better, but I don't know. I mean, you could be right. but I'd have to know exactly when he heard it. And I don't remember him falling or anything during the playoffs that I remember. But again, could have. All right, we good? Or we got anything else? Anything else? Okay, here we go. Any good Kelly Tribuca stories? You know I have good Kelly Tribuca stories. I don't know why you're asking me if I have good Kelly Tribuca stories. I'll give you one. One of the first times I met Kelly Tribuca. We're sitting in a restaurant before a game, having lunch, and he sat down and he said, "Come on over. You could sit next to me." And we talked for an hour. Actually, he talked for an hour. I didn't say a whole lot, and he proceeded to tell me how his dad was a quarterback in the AFL, and how he's a really good quarterback in the AFL. And I go, "Oh, that's cool. Wow, that's pretty neat. I didn't know that." And then he told me how good he was in soccer, and that recruiters would recruit him in soccer, and they'd also recruit him in basketball. And they recruited him in basketball. He said the recruiters would tell each other, like if a guy came to watch recruit him for the first time, that he also knew how good a soccer player he was. They would tell each other, "You think he's good in basketball? He's even better in soccer." I mean, it's cool if somebody else is telling you that story. It's not great when you're the one saying about yourself, "Yeah, they used to say I was better at soccer than basketball. That's how good I was at soccer because I went to Notre Dame and I played however many years he played in the NBA." Yeah, not a favorite of mine. Not a favorite at all. And that was the first lunch. And I was like, I wanted to say, "You're paying, right?" Because I had to listen to these shitty stories for an hour, and I ain't paying. So I'll eat my chicken Caesar salad and get the hell out of here. Yeah, he was something. But fun year though. I mean, fun 2 months till I got cut. I got a chance to meet Kurt Rambis. He was great. Tim Kempton was fantastic. So yeah, that was the start of my run. All right, I'm gonna get out of here. Hope everybody has a great weekend. Thanks for hanging out. What we do? God, we ripped off almost 2 hours. Seems like every time I'd start doing this, the idea is okay. I don't got a ton to get into, so we're just gonna let it flow and see what happens. And then all of a sudden, it goes from NBA, hockey, maybe a little Adamas, sports wagering, to lemonade, Sydney Sweeney's bathwater soap that's manufactured by Squatch that I didn't know, and various other goofballs stealing items from grave sites so they could, spruce up their front yard, which isn't bad. There it is. Sydney's bathwater bliss. Sydney's bathwater bliss. Like I said, not for me, but if Sofia Vergara came out with one, maybe. Probably not, but nah. I feel like you got to be age appropriate. You almost feel like you're doing something wrong. Because I don't know how old Sydney Sweeney is, but she's got to be in her 20s. And if I take that bar of soap and I'm washing my nether regions, it just feels wrong. Like if the bar of soap was someone's bathwater who's in their mid 40s to mid 50s, I just feel better about it. Like I feel better about myself. I feel like it's a violation if you're doing like with a bar 27. Yeah, that's just too young. I'm not Bill Belichick, so it just seems weird. Bill Belichick's probably got a whole sleeve of Sydney Sweeney bathwater soaps. You kidding me? He's probably like, these things are the bomb. And he probably uses that exact terminology. Yeah, not me. Not me. Again, I like my soap to be age appropriate. All right, everybody, have a great weekend. Enjoy the weather. It's going to be fantastic out there. Don't forget, tomorrow we got the Champions League final, and we also got the Knicks and the Pacers. Unfortunately, we do not have Stanley Cup Finals hockey until Wednesday. What is going on? just crushing the momentum of my hockey viewing. We do have Yankees, Dodgers this weekend. The Giants are in Florida facing the Marlins, so we got that. And we'll be back at you. Not sure exactly what we're going to do. Probably do Monday, Wednesday, Friday next week. I think we have something Wednesday, Friday as far as guests are planned, but we'll let you know well before we're actually hitting the air. Everybody, have a great weekend. Thanks for joining. There, that's much better. See you, Mike. Have a good weekend. Trying to fucking kill anybody. See you guys.